Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I am Martine, and if you're new here, I am an artist. But what I've been doing lately is repetition, repeating, going back to old sketchbooks, finding sketches that I really liked and that I really didn't fully develop, and just doing them again and again and again. And I've been finding real growth in that, in repeating old sketches, in working from old sketches. And I know a lot of artists do it. I personally got that from watching Sandy Hester's videos, because she was doing that a lot, working from her sketches from the sketchbook and then bringing them back into her studio and painting from them, which is like one of the best techniques that I can say has helped me to grow. So as an artist overall, because I do consider myself just an artist, because I like to draw, I like to paint, I like collaging, and I like to mix things up. So I don't want to put myself into, just saying I'm an illustrator or I'm just a painter. And artist gives you a broader, just gives you a broader thing to play with, okay? Taking old sketches and repeating them over and over again. And that has really helped me, and I'll show you an example. And then later in this video, I will show you a time lapse of a sketch that I did in an older sketchbook, and I did it better and with different materials. That's the thing. Like, I have been, each time I repeat a sketch, I use a different material, and that has been a real game changer for me. All right, so first example. So I've been trying to draw my neighborhood, like just little random corners of my neighborhood here in Queens, New York. And so I took a picture of a spot out in my neighborhood, and so, wait a minute, I'm missing one. Oh yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna pop the picture up here, and so this is my first sketch of that. Oh, here it is. This, there you go. Okay, this I did with colored pencils, just straight up colored pencils. Really quick sketch in this handmade sketchbook that I made. So this was the first. This is the first thing. Don't look at that. And it was fine. It was fine. I just wanted to place things and see how, you know, I would render them and things like that. So this was supposed to be, this was a no pressure sketch. All of them are supposed to be no pressure sketches, right? But we put pressure on ourselves as artists. Okay, so the second sketch I did on bigger paper, 9x12 mixed media paper, and I did this, which I like as well. This I used Neocolor 2s and pencils. All right, this is dry materials here. And these two I like, you know, as far as sketchbook sketches are concerned, I like them. I think they were successful. you know, just playing around, testing out colors. You see my little swatches up there. Successful to me. Okay, so then I decided to go with some wet media, and so I pulled out my acrylic gouache. And of course, with acrylic gouache, you know, since I like to mix my media, there's also pencils in here and crayon Neocolor too. So this is what came out with the acrylic gouache, and this I hate. And you know why I hate it? It looks so flat, but that's how acrylic gouache, that's the finish, right? It's flat, it's matte, that's what it does. You can see here there are different areas where I have pencil to here and stuff, but overall, like the trees, how they came out, I don't like. And I definitely shouldn't have used this pink. It's just flat to me. I just really didn't like it. And this was not me. The first two sketches, you can tell, like I can look at it and tell that I did it. And anybody else who follows me knows that I did this. I did this. But this does not look like Martine at all, in my opinion. I could, you know, I'm hard on myself. I can't help that. But then I was like, ew, I hate that. So let's do it again. So then I took out my watercolors, and this I like. This I like. It's not spectacular. It's not the best, but it's more me. It's a cleaned up version of the first two. You know what I'm saying? It's a cleaned up version of this, you know, and this. While I love these, the pencil sketches, the color pencil ones, this is what I was looking for. You know what I mean? Something loose, but representable. You know what I'm saying? It represents what I'm trying, you know, what's in the picture. So yeah, so repeating sketches, doing sketches over and over, and then adding the layer of using different materials, I have found have really, really helped me to grow as an illustrator and as a painter. Okay, so another example, right? And I'll put the photo up here of a photo I took at the lake. And the first sketch that I did is the first sketch. And I like it. There's nothing wrong with that. But I was like, let me see what I can do, what else I can do first for the first sketch. And then, so then I decided to bust out my acrylic paint and get out a bigger sketchbook. And so I did this, which is really much, it's more fuller. It fills out the page more because of the paint. But I thought this was a good iteration of the photo as well. I did this. This is like the first page of a new sketchbook I started. So then I did this. Sorry the swatches if they're distracting you. So then I did this. And I like this one too. I like all three of them. But it just, you know, shows me number one, my range, and that different materials will bring out a different type of art, a different type of artist in you, if that makes sense. That's my opinion. I mean, I don't know if other artists agree with that. Different materials bring out a different artist in you. Let me know in the comments what you think of that, but I really do think that. You know, I just really enjoyed the repetition of it all and seeing what would happen when I use different materials and approached the reference in a different manner. Okay, so that's the whole point of this video, is seeing what you can do, what, you know, just taking a reference photo and, you know, drawing or painting from it. You don't have to take everything from it, and then repeating it. You know what I mean? One of the things that I always tell my daughter, she's 8 years old and she likes to draw, she likes to paint, and I see her frustrated when something doesn't come out the way that she wants, and I'm like, okay, well then just do it again. You can do that. And a lot of times we don't think that, and I used to think that too. Like reference photos are not for one-time use. Like, you can sit there and do a drawing over and over again until you're happy with it. Like, that is completely acceptable. No one's around, no one's gonna know. And so that is what I told her. I was like, you can do that, you can do it over. If she, in her sketchbook, I'm like, well, just turn the page and do it again. And so she did it again, and she was like, I like it this time. She was like, I was like, do you love it? And she was like, I don't love it, but it's definitely better than the first one. I was like, you know what, do it again. And then I was like, I want you to do it again. And she did it again. And she was like, then she came running to me after the third time. I was like, look, mommy, look at this. And it was amazing. And I was like, you see, that is, you know, the power of repetition. If you don't like the way a piece of art has turned out, you can absolutely do it over. And it's not a waste of time, because you didn't waste your time, because you got better. Each time you did it, it got better. And so now I see her doing that all the time. And she was even on a FaceTime call with one of her best friend, and they draw together on FaceTime. And her friend was going through the same thing, and I heard her tell her friend, she was like, just do it over. She was like, just turn the page and do it over. She was like, I bet you it'll be better. So she was literally repeating what I said, and that just made me so happy. That brought me so much joy that my child was actually listening to me. I know that's gonna change. She's 8 years old, so she listens now, but as she gets older, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, there is power in repetition. Okay, guys? So I just wanted to bring that to you guys, and bring that little message, I should say, to you guys, and tell you, if you started something, a piece, and you're not necessarily feeling it, start over, do it over. It's okay. Okay, the next time it will be better, and then the next time it'll be even better, until you get it to where you want it to be, period. All right, so I'm going to work from a old sketchbook sketch, and this is the one. I did this in November of 2024 on a live stream on YouTube. It's a YouTube live stream. Yep, I remember this. So I did this, I redid this, and in the video coming up, you'll see how I repeated it and did this over. Okay, so I'll leave you guys here. Stay tuned for the time lapse, and thank you for watching. Thank you for being here. And if you are new here, please make sure that you subscribe, like the video, comment, let's interact, and let me know if repetition works for you. How do you like that? Is that a good technique for you? Because I know that techniques are not a one-size-fits-all. Not everybody wants to repeat and stuff like that. So let me know what you think about repetition and if it works out for you, okay? So I'll see you guys soon in the next video. Take care and stay tuned for the time lapse. Bye.